Hi yo! My name is Co-Dee. I'm a British-born Filipino VTuber who auditioned for the role of Co-Dee and is now co-host of Things VTubers Say, where together with the host False ID and the co-hosts Lady and Heidi, we bring you the latest VTuber news on a regular basis from large corporations like Nijisanji and Hololive, smaller corpos like Face Connect and VShojo, as well as VTuber groups and independent VTubers. You can find us on youtube.com/False ID. For those of you that are new to VTubing, you're probably wondering, what are VTubers? Well, VTubers are content creators and entertainers that use virtual avatars to create content. This could be anything from live streaming video games, as well as live streaming tournaments, to creating music, and even holding full-blown concerts. You may have seen or heard of Gargura, the most subbed VTuber in the world, amassing 4.2 million YouTube subscribers, and belonging to the VTuber talent agency Hololive. Other big VTubers include Iron Mouse, who won Best VTuber at the Streamer Awards. But today we bring you a very special episode of Things VTubers Say. As for this episode, we'll be focusing entirely on the Filipino VTuber scene, what it has to offer, and some of the key moments that took place in the last 12 months. Starting with one of the OGs of the PH Vtubers scene, Lola Lyrica. Lyrica started her VTuber career back in July 2020 and quickly rose in popularity, paving the way for collaborations with Hololive Indonesia talents Muna Hoshinova, Ayunda Risu, and Irani Yo15. However, just over a year later, it was announced that she would graduate, which is the VTuber term for retiring. Her last day of VTubing took place on September the 5th, 2021, and was never to be heard from again. Or so we thought, as in August 2022, a scheduled tweet came in from the past, saying, "You've survived 100% of your worst days last year. You're doing great, and I'm proud of you. Signed, your Lola." This led to VTubers reliving the heartbreak, with PH Vtubers Maddie and Kaheru saying, "Miss na kita," while Western VTuber Pipkin Pippa of Face Connect replied with "ow," and VTuber interviewer Domo tweeted, "I had to for real wake up to this." It was again this year on Valentine's Day 2023, where Lola Lyrica would come back from the dead to say one more tweet of wisdom, disapproving of couples on this very special day. But even with Lyrica gone, there are still lots of PH VTubers you can look towards for entertainment. As we take a look at the shrimp indie V-singer, Gion Ebi. Gion has taken the time to compile an A to Z list of PH VTubers of all sizes, and includes indies, groups, and corporate VTubers. Look guys, me, I'm on the list. The list is still slowly being updated, with Gion asking to remind her to update it. So here it is. This is your reminder. As a V singer, you can expect lots of singing content from her.
Every day I imagine a future where I can be with you.
As well as physics. I've been spending my time going through the list and sprawling through social media to dig up some fun tweets from some of these PH VTubers. And let me tell you, I've seen things. And Yuria replied to that tweet with goodbye. So let's check out Yuria, the partnered Twitch streamer who apparently likes feet, tweeting, "If we reach 90k, I'm posting my feet." And what originally started as a joke has become a lifestyle for Yuria, as she declares her love for feet, asking fans to send her some feet art, whilst deciding to rebrand as Feet Art Chan. And if I'm honest with you, her timeline is just feet. Lots and lots and lots of feet. Yuria further tweeted, "I apologize for posting a lot of feet art. Actually, no. But aside from feet, Yuria is a very talented illustrator, creating these early 90s anime style pieces of art while also going through a rebrand, saying there's still no update with the release date of her re-debut, but she hopes you all can wait." The next VTuber we're taking a look at is Pan, a bread VTuber that also claims to not be bread and could possibly be a part-time edible light bulb. She is an absolute genius at maths.
8 minus 6 equals to 2. Then 6 minus 8 16 8, so 8.
And was part of the first ever PH VTuber auction, where in collaboration with Goodnight, Pan's standee was one of many that fans bid upon. As fans fought for the winning bid, the standee eventually went to one lucky person at 5,000 Philippine peso. Pan also released his covers, with the most recent one being Tot Musica from the One Piece film Red. And has previously teamed up with another PH VTuber, Kamiya Ju, to sing Goodbye Declaration. Kamiya Ju is a male VTuber slash voice actor that speaks Japanese, Filipino, and English, and likes to release Tagalog dubs of popular anime, such as this one of Chainsaw Man, where he took the role of Denji and Aki, while Pan played the role of Power.
Oh! Magsilod ang mga tao! Ikaw naman, partner ko, ha?
Power? Pangalan mo yun? At halimaw ka? Okay lang ba talaga to? Halimaw, maging devil hunt... Ha, bahala na nga. Nice to meet you!
As well as this one, participating in a Tagalog dub for Spy Family, alongside Ryu, the Ghost Boy VTuber, and Nemasagi, whose VTuber designer is Pan the Bread. Kamiya Ju also had his standee up for auction recently, where it sold for a whopping 7,100 peso at Cosplay Matsuri 2022. Kamiya Ju was one of the talent formerly of Ethereal Project. The group was established over a year ago by a group of creatives collaborating to support, promote, and showcase Filipino talent to the world. However, on April 30th, it was announced that the group would cease operations as of May the 1st, leaving its members Kamiya Ju, Azashi, Ren Shota, Rei Orihara, Kai Hashimi, Kaine, and Kuri to continue on as independent streamers. Akuma Azashi, the Demon Jester VTuber, sang during the first VTuber-centric convention in the Philippines, more on this later, and also released a statement on the closure of Ethereal Project, saying, "I'll be announcing my semi-hiatus. I'm not graduating, I just want to reset." Further adding, "I might stream now and then and release covers, but streaming will be inconsistent. Mixing commissions are still open, and I'm still open to people inviting me to small collabs." Meanwhile, Kaine Eris von Mikkel tweeted a notice of separation, confirming the disbandment of the subgroup Wishing following the closure of Ethereal. She added, "Thank you so much for supporting Wishing, and I hope you lovelies will continue to do so as we part ways." This as Kai Hoshimi of Wishing announced they will also be going on a hiatus due to being very busy in their personal life, but promises they'll be back soon with a bunch of content. The next PH Vtuber group we take a look at is Cometa Virtual Live, which opened Vtuber auditions for their company earlier this year for both females and males. So if you'd like to take your chance at becoming a PH Vtuber, all it takes is to be a native speaker of English and a Filipino language, the ability to stream 3 times a week, have a history of content creation, and be at least 18 years old. Cometa Live consists of 3 members: Elaine, the Diva Vtuber, who cooked a sukiyaki hot pot live on stream, Virgil, the military officer Vtuber, who likes to doodle and post random stuff like this.
Ooh, get pregnant! Get pregnant! Get pregnant! Get pregnant!
Although to be fair, Sign did make an absolute banger of it.
Ooh, get pregnant! 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 Get pregnant!
The last member is Miria, the medic VTuber, who always has fun and streams whatever. Back in February this year, Cometa announced Elaine would be postponing her music production activities due to a diagnosis of hearing loss. This will go on until an approved rehabilitation routine is in place. However, Elaine's love for music could not be held back as she sang Kickback, tweeting, "I can't help but try and learn songs even in my music ban. I'm sorry." And also performing live in April. However, on May the 3rd, Cometa would then announce Elaine's graduation due to insurmountable health conditions following a recent diagnosis of diabetes. It would go on to say, after lengthy discussions after her latest checkup, it came to an agreement that graduation was necessary to manage her symptoms. Both Miria and Virgil cancelled all streams for the week, with Virgil posting this image. After the announcement, Elaine tweeted, "It still feels surreal that I'm leaving soon, and knowing that I've been an inspiration to some of you. Thinking of my aliens was always something that motivated me to keep going, and it's sad that I am unable to anymore. Mummy Lane will always love you." This wasn't the only big announcement in the PH Vtubers scene, as we visit another PH Vtuber group, Project Kokonatsu. The group account tweeted, "Thank you for supporting Project Kokonatsu. Unfortunately, due to some circumstances within the group, the members collectively decided that it was time to finalize things and move forward." Project Kokonatsu was created in December 2020 by 10 original members who were friends at the time. The group had sustained steady growth until the present, where there are over 30 members, as well as 30 Kokonatsu certified and verified affiliates. They went on to describe the reasons for the decision, saying, "Everyone tried their best to solve the problem, but unfortunately only Komori Kokoa, the black dual swordsman beta legend of the universe, can save us. When the world needed him most, he vanished." Huh? Hang on. Blah blah blah, Sailor Warrior Sayuki Miyazaki, blah blah, glaring weakness, blah DJ, sincerely Hideo Kojima. Yeah, okay. Seems like Kokonatsu are just fine. Although the last 12 months has seen the birth and uprising of PH Vtuber groups, such as Night Parade. Led by Lady K, the Vtuber has 3 different forms: a mafia boss, goddess, and demon spirit. 5 Night Parade members have currently been unveiled, with more to come. Next up, we have Daybreak, a V-singer Vtuber group, because every Filipino can sing, understandably. The group consists of the Night Vtuber, Ryan Valerius, Serena Fraze, and Leela Maria.
Some things are meant to be. どうしよう大暴走どうもなこだ
Daybreak just recently held their first anniversary mini concert on April 29th. The next PH Vtuber group highlight is Barangay Live, the PH Vtuber group that aims to promote Filipino folklore, history, and culture. Each generation consists of themed Vtubers based on local myths and legends, with DIY consisting of celestial beings that predate modern times. These being Bibi Bakunawa, the moon-eating, fortune-telling dragon mummy, Mino Minokawa, the sun-eating, treasure-hunting bird of chaos, and Seisei, the Mangkukulam and Oriental fire goddess, who speaks Bisaya, Tagalog, English, Japanese, and Arabic, and recently hit partner status on Twitch. Other members include Halia, the VTuber Manananggal, who, along with Seisei, was nominated for Balan Studios' Most Popular Filipino VTuber 2023. But it's not just Philippine-based companies that host PH Vtubers, as we take a trip to the US and avert our eyes to Iron Project, a virtual entertainment company based in the USA, where 2 of their talents are Filipino, that being Sky Shinryu, who drew this piece of her character illustrator Amane Uta, and the resident locksmith Kiki Lockhart, who celebrated her birthday with a donathon and reached over $10,000 on day 1. But it doesn't stop there, as this time we take a trip to Japan and visit one of the biggest VTuber agencies in the world, with over 200 VTuber talents and 30 of them part of the English branch. It's here where you'll find 2 Filipino VTubers, the first one being the Witch of Calamity, Millie Parfait, who released her first original song in November last year and hit 500,000 YouTube subscribers in April 2023. The other Filipino VTuber is British, just like me, and goes by the name of Mr. Rios. Mr. is one of 5 male VTubers that make up the group Luxium, the first ever English-speaking male group to debut in a corporate agency. And on September the 1st last year, it was announced the group's debut song hit 15 million views, with Mr. himself hitting 1 million YouTube subscribers shortly after in December. Now, if you're interested in VTuber events, there are plenty. Conquest brought in Bao and Sens as featured guests last year, but 2023 was the first time the Philippines saw a VTuber-centered convention in the form of OnLive. OnLive debuted its first mini convention in April of this year and took place in San Juan City. The official program consisted of a cosplay contest, VTuber guest panel, and a VTuber medley concert that featured some of the talent we've already mentioned today, such as Pan, Elaine, Virgil, and Isashi. Other VTubers participating included Ren Shota, formerly of Ethereal Project, where attendees could listen to his vocals that sound just like this. Also in attendance was the VTuber and full-time music producer, as well as illustrator, Dasu. Dasu held a live DJ performance at the convention, while idol VTuber and voice actor Kira Kira Cat took to the stage to join the guest panel as well as the medley. Cosmic nine-tailed fox girl Kitsui Akira, also known as Kichan, also took to the stage, where Puff captured the moment saying, "Your high note was amazing." Kichan released her original song Flourish, featuring Lone Alpha earlier in April.
Just 2 steps forward now, heading towards you now, feel your pull.
The last guest was VTuber Maddie, who is also a content creator for 7Seas, a rising gaming and entertainment company in the Philippines. Maddie teamed up with Pizza Hut last month to give you all free cheese. Those of you at Conquest this year, the Jiggly Whale Bao makes a return, and the guild leader Shoto, a nominee for Best VTuber at the Streamer Awards, makes his first appearance at the convention. On the topic of Conquest, we visit the independent PH VTuber Pineapple Pie, who at Conquest last year sold her bathwater at Goodnight's booth, but also had to remind everyone that it was just normal pineapple juice so they wouldn't get kicked out of the event. Sauce! Other independent VTubers you should check out include Nanasu, the Chunny Witch. The Twitch and YouTube partner is thinking of creating a Twitch team for PH Vtubers, similar to the Malaysian Twitch team. So Wheatbread, who is just bread, no really, is just bread. You should also check out Izanami Kamiko, the VTuber and cosplayer who went viral for making a guy melt. There are so many PH VTubers we'd love to cover, we just can't fit them all in one video. We can, however, highlight some Filipino artists and riggers who are the backbone of the VTuber industry. We've already showcased some of them in this episode, but let's take a look at a few more, starting with Kira Omori, the Live2D verified illustrator and rigger who is a member of the art and rigging guild Rigor Mortis. Kira regularly posts her works in progress, tips on commissioning artists, and tutorials for rigging using Live2D. Kira was also responsible for rigging Emirichu, a VTuber with over 3.3 million YouTube subscribers. Next up is Salty, who is also a Live2D artist and rigger. Salty regularly opens up commissions and closes them, with one of her latest rigs being that of Teddy Sunday. For those interested in rigging, Salty does her best to explain how she rigs and the reasons for it. For illustrations, we check out Egi Tamagoki. Her commission works include everything from chibis, 90s illustrations, emotes, and even Live2D models. Next up it's Doremi, the egg-sprout illustrator and VTuber. Michama's work consists of illustrations, reactive PNGs, as well as fan art. She boothed at the VTuber convention on Live and will also be boothing at Dojin Market in Singapore. Just recently, on April 29th, Michama released a multilingual cover of The Vampire, mixing Tagalog, English, and Japanese lyrics.
Ako yung isang vampire, ayos lamang sisipin ka, tama na, wag kang magpasawala.
Because, you know, every PH Vtuber can sing, obviously. Lastly, we take a look at the assassin VTuber, Yabi, a live 2D rigger who continuously works hard to learn new things. She was responsible for rigging Lady K of Night Parade, as well as Glocko Gaming, the Filipino YouTuber with over 1.2 million subscribers. In other news, we check out Invicta PH, a community who aim to create healthy and competitive matches for PH Vtubers, with the most recent being a VTuber-only Apex tournament for charity that consisted of many PH Vtubers, with pro Apex players 23 Ticks and Raph on the game analyst roster. VTubers Yin is Dead and Lady K of Night Parade were also official sponsors for the tournament. Yin, the goddess of the dead, also held a charity stream where I participated in an attempt to win $500 for Angat Bahay in a game of Deal or No Deal. Even though I was absolutely terrible at the game, losing the jackpot in the first round, we still donated the full amount of $500 or 27,500 peso to Angat Bahay. Next in charity fundraising, we visit Seisei of Barangay Live, who is celebrating her Twitch partner status with a donathon for a cause. Lasting the entirety of May, Seisei joins a multitude of VTubers who are also holding donathons for St. Jude's Children's Research Hospital. The last VTuber we check out today is Shioripon. Shiori is a rogue surgeon VTuber who also happens to be an actual surgeon. She likes to host education streams where we can learn about our bodies and various other medical facts. When she can, Shiori also uses her Twitch earnings to help patients who might be struggling to pay their hospital bills. She tweeted this image saying, "I had a patient who needed emergency surgery and couldn't afford to buy the medications needed for anesthesia, so I helped them out. Thank you to everyone who supports my streams. We've helped another patient. And thank you, Doc, for your good deeds." I also want to thank Leon for helping me grab some stories for this episode. You can find more VTuber news on our channel, youtube.com/falseid. And of course, Things VTubers Say isn't the only place you can find VTuber news, as Jay Agonoy and Teddy Cambosa both write for VTuber Newsdrop. The website provides you a weekly digest of the latest updates from the VTuber scene. And this episode starts the launch of my monthly VTuber news segments, only focusing on the PH Vtuber scene, which you'll be able to keep up with on my channel, youtube.com/Co-Dee TVS, where you'll also find my cover of King by Canaria, because all PH Vtubers can sing. Duh. That's all for this episode. We record live on Twitch, but we'll have more Things PH Vtubers Say for you soon.